What is up, everyone? It's Alex, answering viewer questions again. Let's kick this pig. So, I have had several questions lately on whether or not the Royal Enfield GT 650, Continental GT 650, like I own, that motorcycle, is a good bike for a beginner. So, we're going to answer that. Is the Royal Enfield Continental GT 650 a good motorcycle for beginners? I know Frank was one of the ones that asked that. And I know someone named Wei Wong, am I pronouncing that right? Wei Wong also asked that, along with several others. So to that question, I would respond basically the same way as the SV650 for beginners question. I think the Continental GT 650 can be a fantastic bike for beginners. If you are maybe a little bit too big for the 250 and 300cc bikes I usually recommend, if you're a little bit too big for those, it can be a good option. If you're going to have enough common sense and a good enough head on your shoulders to keep your hand out of a throttle, I think it can also be a good option. The GT 650 is not as fast and is not as quick on the throttle as an SV 650. So I think it's actually a little bit better bike for a beginner in that aspect. However, the 650 Royal Enfields do not have the clutch assist deal like the modern SV 650s do. So I think the SV 650 would be a better choice in the fact that it has that easier clutch assist thing for not stalling the motorcycle. Also, the SV650 is a little bit lighter. The GT650 is a little bit heavier. So all in all, it can be, when you boil it all down and you add everything up, it can be just as good of a bike for beginners as an SV650 if you like the styling better and if the lower horsepower than the SV650 maybe helps you out, but it's heavier and doesn't have the clutch assist, so I think the edge probably still goes to an SV650 for beginners. This is going to be good for a beginner that is too big for a 250 or 300, really likes the styling and wants more of a classic bike. If you're a beginner and you want that classic retro style motorcycle, I think the 650 Royal Enfields are a really good choice. I think the 500 Royal Enfields are an even better choice because it's an even more tame motor, they're even lighter, but these things are fantastic. They are a buttery smooth transmission. They are not high horsepower at all for what they are. I think actually probably the 650 Interceptor model with the upright handlebars and different foot pegs and everything is probably a better option because it gives you that more neutral seating position. This is a leaned over cafe racer kind of a seating position, so it's going to have that more sporty style. If that's just what fits you better, like it fits me better, then awesome. Really, it's going to come down to personal preference. Can you start with a GT 650 or an Interceptor 650 from Royal Enfield as a first bike? Absolutely. Just like you can with an SV 650, just like you can with a Ninja 650. You can start with a lot of 650 twins as a first bike if you're going to keep your hand out of the throttle, have some common sense, learn your skills, and ride in close, familiar areas to you first. I would recommend finding a giant parking lot if you can and practice your skills there, because then if you fall over or whatever, there's not a bunch of cars around. So yes, it can be a fantastic first bike for you if you're going to have a good head on your shoulders, have some common sense, keep your hand out of the throttle, and if you don't mind that more kind of aggressive cafe racer seating position, and if you just like the classic styling better than you do like a more modern sports styling like an SV650, Ninja 650, something like that. Those lighter bikes, lightweight does help. These are still not that heavy. I love it. Obviously, a lot of you guys love it because every time I do a video on Royal Enfield GT 650s or any kind of Royal Enfield 650, it just gets tons and tons of views and a lot of engagement from you guys. So thanks for all the comments. Thanks for watching these stupid videos. If I did not answer your question properly, ask me in a different way or something. I'll make a whole nother one for you. Hopefully that answers it. But yes, Continental GT 650 can be a good first bike if you're going to follow what I said in this video. If you like the styling, if you like the seating position, go sit on it. If possible, ride it. I'm Alex. Peace.